Oh boy, big FF7 episode today coming. Um, oh god, I love Sid's run. Sid's run is great. Maybe Sid is the best character, just because his run looks so ridiculous. And I really like how pumped up he was once he decided, like, yeah, I should lead. But look at this man. The lean back and the arms jutting out in front of him really tickles me. All right, let's see what's up. Got to go check in on old Spiky here and Tifa. See how they're doing. Alright, he doesn't look like he's doing great. Let's talk to the doctors first. She's finally beginning to look a little tired. I hope she's alright. No change in his condition, and still she stays there, doing her best. Must be tough on her. If she keeps this up, she'll probably get sick. Well, anyhow. Hey, you all look terrible. Why don't you rest up for a while? The classic, give me a full heal, thanks. It's doing that thing where it freezes up a little again. But also I went off the screen, which slows it down to rearrange the rest of my desktop. Okay, perfect. Well then, take care. Doctor, now that I'm standing inside you, I'm sorry, friend's condition remains unchanged. You'll have to be patient and wait this out. These things take time, just like fine wine. Time is of the essence. Alright, let's stand inside Tifa. It's no use, I don't understand the thing, Cloud. What should I do? What if you never recover for the rest of your life? Yeah? Seems not great. They're they're coming. What did you say, Cloud? Ah! Damn, what the hell's going on? Seems not great. What's this? The lifestream's gushing up from below the surface of the earth. Damn, this is bad. That was an excellent animation for Sid as well. Sid's animations are top tier. Like they definitely put the most effort into giving Cloud like 6 different ways to pose and be like, yeah, I'm cool, while being a complete loser, which is great. That's exactly what I want out of a character. But Sid's animations are, I think, my second favorite in the game. Sid, what's wrong? That's why they made Sid the leader. They had to show off the excellent work they had done with him. Nothing. You and Cloud get inside quick. Obviously it's not nothing. But hey, don't worry about a thing. I ain't about to die that easily. Be careful. Okay, here I go. Watch this. Alright, what are we gonna watch? Ah, weapon number 2. Damn, that weapon. Of all the times to show up. Okay then, come on, you. Mm, There might be something to steal here if I remember right. I'm gonna try to steal. Classic weapon looking enemy. We do have steal. I for a sec was like, do we even have steal? We're gonna be healing a bunch here because this does damage. All right, actually, we're just gonna heal more because cure isn't gonna pull up us from that. All right, more healing. Let's mind blow it. We haven't seen mind blow, so let's look at what that looks like. Yeah, we do need another heal for Barret because that's not full up. All right, 0 MP damage, definitely worth it. I think stealing just gets another cursed ring, and we already just grabbed one, but I'm not sure. Oh boy, not great. Um, Luckily, this is a boss fight you just need to survive. Shame we didn't keep Barret alive, but it's not like there's any experience for it. Um, so, yeah, weapons are pretty strong. You trying to escape? I mean, I think we should be pretty glad it's trying to escape. We are not ready to beat Ultimate Weapon. Just a little more and I would have beaten him. False. Looks like the life stream settled down too. Does seem like the life stream reacts to weapon, which makes sense, right? Given that this is a weapon created of the planet, and the planet is, run on the life stream. Damn, you gotta be kidding. This is bad. The mainstream is kicking up. Something way bigger than that last one is on its way. No good. Get out of here. What about Tifa and Cloud? God damn it. You don't have time to worry about anyone other than yourself. You don't know when that stream will blow. Whoa! There's no time. Hurry. And I do not have control of this running away. Tifa, Cloud, get out of here. Alright, will they make it? This is bad. The tremors are getting worse. Wait a minute, Cloud. Doctor, shouldn't we move him somewhere rather than stay here? Might be safer to take refuge in a wide open space. Don't you worry about a thing, Cloud. I'll see to it that you get somewhere safe. No, the structure can't take it. Hurry. Yes. Really got to build secure structures if you regularly have, life stream quakes. Maybe they don't have, this. But it is the place where the life stream gushes up, so you'd feel like there might be more quake-type behavior. Ready, Cloud? We're leaving now. Cutscene. Oh, dear. Problem wasn't the structure there. I think that doctor and nurse are gonzo. I'm amused by they're still using the in-game sprites, right? They didn't use the cutscene animations of these characters. And they have now... Cloud already had enough Mako poisoning. Did he really need more? Did he really need to fall into the life stream again? That man was not doing well. Alright, now we're spinning around. What? Where am I? What's happening? Where's Cloud? Cloud, where are you? Huh? What? Who? Who is it? I can't hear. Wait a minute. I don't know anything about that. No, it's not me. I'd never do anything like that. No, stop it. Stay back. Somebody help, please. Cloud, help me. Alright, we're not doing great. Yag. I don't know how to read the, things like yag and or whatever, but I try. I try. We have reached the classic scene. Where am I? Cloud? What is it, Cloud? What is this? Is this the inside of your dreams, or is it your subconsciousness? You're searching, aren't you, Cloud? Searching for yourself. I can help too. We'll work together to try and get the real you back. But where to start? I'm going to try to pick the wrong ones first. The gates of Nibelheim. 5 years ago, Sephiroth passed through these gates, and that's how it all started. It connects to Nibelheim. Nope, picked the wrong one. Gonna use the save state. A sealed up secret wish. Tender feelings. no one can ever know. That starry night at the well, the promise we made that night. What if that memory was all a lie? Alright, you see, I thought it would kind of go chronologically because I didn't remember, but we start with Nibelheim. The gates of Nibelheim. 5 years ago, Sephiroth passed through these gates, and that's how it all started. Now, if we remember right, Cloud told the story of being there, but Tifa said the last time she saw him was 7 years ago, not 5. Now, it's possible Cloud has the timeline wrong, but here she's describing it as 5 years ago, which means, and we also saw those pictures Sephiroth showed where there was the black-haired man, not Cloud, in the pictures. Cloud's memories, and as Tifa also said, Cloud knows things he shouldn't and doesn't know things he should. So, Tifa's memory is Cloud wasn't there, or at least we're hinting that way. And Cloud's memory is he was. And Sephiroth's story is Hojo created Cloud 5 years ago and was infused with kind of memories of Nibelheim, and that's why he has those memories of exactly 5 years ago. That's right. It's probably best to start from there. So let's learn. Let's go have a look, Cloud. I know it's not easy, but I'll be right with you. And we're off to Nibelheim to explore this memory, I guess, for the third time. And with the two characters actually both trying to figure out what happened there. Cloud, look. Incidentally, I really like that this game is not about amnesia. It's about memories that don't make sense for various reasons. I think that's really important. I think amnesia plots are not very interesting. And I think this is a much more compelling way to hide and then reiterate and change what the player thinks the backstory is throughout. And it's not done by just going, well, I can't remember that part, so that's off limits until the game decides to reveal it. It's instead going, Cloud thinks he has these memories, and they're not right. But he thinks it for reasons that will make sense. And the current iteration is he was created with them, right? Here's the well. And that's Gramps Inn, too. The only truck in town. It's been here since we were little kids, right? This is the Nibelheim, you remember, right? It's the same as my Nibelheim. That's why this place is our Nibelheim. Right, because she's in Cloud's subconscious. And so she can look around and see the things, see that it's shared, see that they're remembering in the same place in the same way. But we can also see where they remember things differently. Alright, let's talk to Cloud, who's sort of shimmering. 5 years ago, 2 men from Soldier came. Sephiroth and a young and vibrant soldier. Can you tell me again what happened? How does it feel? 5 years ago, I saw the real Sephiroth for the very first time. It's your first time back to your hometown, a long time, right? So how does it feel? I wouldn't know, because I don't have a hometown. How about your parents? So this is the great Sephiroth. My mother is Genova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father, of course, that's not true either, but this is what Sephiroth knows at the time. But to tell you the truth, I thought he was very cold. What does it matter? All right, let's go. I remember, I felt a foreboding about him. And Cloud walks into Cloud. No, Cloud. I've been hiding it for some time, afraid that if I told you, something terrible might happen. But I'm not going to hide anything anymore. You weren't here. Cloud did not come to Nibelheim 5 years ago. I really like, by the way, that animation. Like, it's very simple animation, obviously, but the way it's being presented of she asks Cloud what's the scene, and his subconscious shows her the scene of what happened. And he sees Cloud and walks into Cloud, right? He's saying, there was the role I was, and goes to, like, be that role, right? And she goes, no, that's not right, right? It's like you know, you see a set of people and you're like, which is the person that's you? And Cloud is going, that's the one that's me. I need to be that one. But it's not true. I waited, but Cloud never came. The two that were ordered here were Sephiroth and another person. Alright, let's go. And we have the black haired man, who we are calling Zack for lack of a better name. You mean that member of Soldier who came with Sephiroth wasn't Cloud? There's nothing I can say. You must find the answer yourself. If you can't, then you take your time, Cloud. Slowly, little by little, okay? So we've explored Nibelheim. Let's go to the well. Yeah, I think it's time for the well. Also, of course, in Nibelheim. All of these are in Nibelheim. That starry night at the well, and our promise that night. What if the memory was just a lie? Don't hurry, Cloud. Don't answer too quickly. And we saw what happened when Cloud reached for an answer. I think Cloud has been a character and will continue to be in this scene, but we saw him in Tifa's prior memory of him on the train, right? Or him just outside the train, where he sees her and goes, Tifa, and he's sort of going, ooh, Tifa? And she goes, huh? Cloud? And he goes, yes, it's me, I'm Cloud. And it's very similar, but shown a different way than his subconscious self walking into where Cloud was and being like, yes, this is me. I get to be this one. And I think we've now seen that in a few incarnations, and it's nicely done, and it's really important because part of where Cloud is lost, right? Where Cloud is lost is he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who he is, and his inclination is to see something and be like, that must be me. That answers it. And he did that with Sephiroth as well, right? Giving Sephiroth the black materia the second time was Sephiroth told him these things and he was brushing them off because they didn't make sense. But suddenly something in his recollection didn't make sense either. He didn't remember joining Soldier. And that broke him down. And then, quite quickly after like collapsing and clutching his head, he goes, no, I'm fine. I know what needs to be done because he's latched on to something again, right? He is very quick here to latch on to the person he's decided he is, right? He needs something to hold on to. And as soon as he comes onto something, he grabs it, which makes him an excellent parallel for Sephiroth himself, right? Sephiroth comes to Nibelheim and goes, my mother is Jenova, my father, does this laugh. Doesn't matter. We go to the place and we see a chamber saying Jenova, and he also realizes he might have been created like these monsters, and that's a version of himself he can't accept. It's not that he can't live with it, it's that he has to find something else that affirms him, right? Something that says he's great. And he goes to the Shinra Manor and he keeps reading until he finds something that affirms himself. They're having very similar existential crises, right? Where Sephiroth finds eventually Jenova is an ancient. I am an ancient. I am created of Genova. I am not like the monsters. I am the inheritor of the earth. Genova and I have been persecuted. We are the good, right? We are the ones that have been treated wrong. We are the deserving. And Sephiroth's entire ventures start from that understanding and that need to find something that affirms himself. And he searches until he finds it. And Cloud, each time he doesn't quite get something, the first thing he comes to, he latches onto. So I think this is kind of like somewhat of a, just generic line to throw in there, the don't hurry Cloud, the don't answer too quickly. But also, this is exactly what Cloud does each time he gets the chance. He answers as quickly as he can. As soon as he's come up with something, yes, I'm Cloud. He's Cloud. And that doesn't mean it's wrong. Like, he may be Cloud. We don't know. But he's very quick to grab onto that and hold on to it as tightly as he can. And Tifa is asking him not to do that. That we need to take the time to explore this, to figure it out. It can't just be the first version that makes sense to you and tells you what you want to hear is what you hold on to. And I think that's one of the main themes of this game is, obviously here with the scene of figuring out who Cloud is, these scenes, but is telling ourselves the things we want to hear. And I think, Cloud and Sephiroth are obviously two of, if not the two most important characters in the game. And they have a backstory together, but they also have this very strong thematic connection of the ways they figure out who they are and what that means to them. Just keep checking all those small emotions, and it'll come back, slowly, little by little. Right, like the sky that night. The heavens were filled with stars. I really like just about everything of the presentation of these scenes. From the beginning, okay? So again, Cloud is struggling. Try and remember Cloud. Baby Cloud with his giant feet. Baby Tifa with her also giant feet. Right, I was wearing these clothes. That's you, too. You were so small then. Such tall hair. Taller the hair, the closer to God. And cute. Sephiroth once said, Cloud made up his memories by listening to my stories. Did you imagine this sky? No, you remembered it. That night, the stars were gorgeous. It was just Cloud and I. We talked at the well. That's why I continued to believe that you were the real Cloud. Because he had a memory he shouldn't really have in Sephiroth's version. But the thing is, to the extent, if he's created in some sense of Tifa's memories, then she can't test whether his memories are real, right? She can't fully test that because anything she remembers is something he could have from that, right? I still believe you're the Cloud from Nibelheim, but you don't believe in yourself. These memories aren't enough. No, they're not. Cloud, what about your other memories? No, not memories. A memory is something that has to be consciously recalled, right? That's why sometimes it can be mistaken in a different thing. Another huge theme of this game is memories. But I think the theme of games with memories is about how we remember the things that affirm our self conception, that tell us we are what we want to be. And we make stories of them and we make mistakes with them, usually in ways that convince us of something or fit with something we want to believe. But it's different from a memory locked deep within your heart. That's why it must be a fake. If he could recall up that memory. That's it. What about some memory that has to do with me? I say something, and you don't remember it. But you say something, and I remember it too. Then we'll know that's our memory. That's sort of what we've been doing as well, right? Is, we're seeing the sky in his subconscious and she can check if that's right. But I also think this isn't quite sufficient, right? It's close, but it's not quite sufficient to tell Cloud he is the Cloud from her childhood, because it could always be something. It was kind of unclear how that worked, so maybe it depends on how you interpret the kind of the line of about Hojo making him afterwards somehow melded with Tifa's memories, right? Unclear what will count. Let's blame the translation. Talk to me about anything, some important memory to you. Now that you mention it, why did you want to join Soldier in the first place? I always thought it was a sudden decision you made. I was devastated. I wanted to be noticed. I thought if I got stronger, I could get someone to notice. Someone to notice you? Who? Who? You know who. You, that's who. You. Me? Why? Tifa, did you forget about those days? Look, I'm sorry, but what are you talking about? No, it's all right. You were having a hard time back then. You were so busy with your own things. It's only natural you don't remember me back then. Back then? It's important to me. I hate to say it, but it's a very important memory. Do you want to see it? Yes. Come on, hurry. A sealed up secret wish. Tender memories. No one can ever know. Do you know where this window goes to, Tifa? Fine. I'll go. We can recognize that house, I think. We recognize that piano. My room? It was my first time there. Was it? I only used to look up at it from outside. So one thing I really like about the scene is we've gotten, right, Tifa is the one who can check Cloud's memories, right? Cloud's memories are the kind of untrustworthy ones. But it is not true that that means, like, Tifa has a perfect memory of everything that happened. And I like that it's now switched to Cloud is the one who's remembering something that Tifa clearly doesn't. I only used to look up at it from outside. Hey, look, Cloud's coming. You think he wants to come in? Tifa doesn't look so great right now. Was that the first day you came into my room? That's right. We lived next to each other, but I really didn't know you that well. I've known you since we were children, and always thought we were close. Now that you mention it, I don't recall you ever being in my room. Tifa always used to be with this threesome. That's right. I used to think they were all stupid. What? You were all childish, laughing at every little stupid thing. But we were children back then. I know. I'm the one that was stupid. I really wanted to play with everyone, but I was never allowed into the group. I think, incidentally, okay, so Tifa obviously has something else going on too, but when you are the popular kid versus the unpopular kid who really wants to be in the group, your memories of that time are going to be so different, right? The popular kid's worries are very okay. Sometimes they can, in some ways, be similar because it can all be about kind of maintaining hierarchy or where you are in the hierarchy. But it's your interactions with people are so different. The things that you're told are important about you are so different. Your your attention needs are different, right? And so we have someone where Tifa was the center of the popular group and Cloud was the outcast of the group. And Tifa remembers those times with, as we'll see, some variation as knowing and liking everyone and all, being part of a community. And Cloud remembers it as not that at all, right? As not being able to be part of this group. I remember talking with a friend of mine, actually two friends after high school. These were really interesting conversations where one of them was, I went to a quite small high school. One of them was very clearly among the popular kids, and one of them wasn't at all. And I was somewhere in between. I had friends in all kinds of popular and unpopular places. Not like a ton of friends, but a few friends from each, and sort of built this group really around myself that I thought was a less centered on me than it was at the time. Um, and the popular one told me after going there that he had gone to much bigger schools and really wanted to be a popular cool kid. But all the popular cool kids there he had thought were kind of idiots. And so he was torn between like wanting to be cool and thinking the cool people were really dumb. And so he went to this school that was, supposed to be this small kind of elite smart school. And he goes there and he expects, okay, I find the cool kids here and they'll finally not be idiots. And then the cool kids there were complete idiots. And so he ended up being a kind of cool kid within that, but it was a very I didn't realize how narrow a slice of the cool kids he actually liked or interacted with because he was very clearly a popular cool kid, but he didn't really like most of the others and he was really disappointed in them. Um, and then my other friend, who I thought was sort of part of this group I had built, that I thought was a pretty nice group and sort of spanned, went across different groups. He didn't like he liked some people in it, but it wasn't a group at all for him. He didn't feel he had any group. And he had come to this school again from a much larger school and again with the perspective of kind of I'll meet people here who are thoughtful and smart or not jerks. And he was really told that by people around him that this would be a different place to be. And it wasn't. So I guess they had kind of similar experiences in a way, though it felt so different when we were in high school with them. They were such different places in the social hierarchy. Um, and they had more similar memories of it than I expected, clearly. So I guess this really was a bad example. But depending where you are in those social hierarchies, your memories are so different. And there's all the stuff of like when someone's cruel and belittling to you, that sticks with you and like or can stick with you in long-term traumatic ways. And when you're the one being cruel and belittling, you can forget it so quickly, right? It doesn't mean anything to you. And it can do so much lasting hurt to someone else. And just different points in any power structure are going to have such different memories of how the power structure worked and how existence worked. And so I think this is another of those cases where these characters have different memories, and those memories make complete sense that they would have such distinct ones. Then later, I began to think I was different, that I was different from those immature kids. And this is also the kind of stories we tell ourselves, right? Like, he doesn't get to be one of the cool kids, and he wants to be a cool kid. So he has to tell him something that not only makes that okay, but makes him better than those people who are being jerks. And the thing you latch onto is not, well, they're mean, right? The thing we latch on to is, I must be mature, I must be something else. And the actual answer is, the reason they suck is they're mean. It's not that they're like laughing at stuff or whatever, it's that they're mean, right? Or it's that they're exclusive or elitist or whatever. Um, but you latch on to the thing that tells you you're actually, they're simple, you're deep, right? Instead of what it really is. And I think this is Cloud from a very young age finding things to tell himself that he can find satisfying. That then maybe. Yeah, and it also doesn't change the want, right? Just maybe they would invite me in. So it's telling yourself you're better than them. You're the mature one. They're just immature. But also the desire still stays the same. So you're telling yourself this kind of inconsistent story. You actually don't want to be in their group anyway. You're better than their group. But really, what you want is the invite into that group. And I think that is incredibly common and incredibly relatable, and something being displayed nicely by Cloud, a very broken character here. I thought that might happen, so I hung around. I was so prejudiced and weak. That night, I called Tifa out to the well. I thought to myself, Tifa would never come, that she hated me. Yeah, it was so sudden, I was a bit surprised. But her main memory, right, is there was this nice kind of dramatic moment where this kid tells her, like, I'm gonna be the hero for you. And that's what sticks for her. And only later, as he mentions this other stuff, does she remember, yeah, that was a bit out of nowhere. That was a bit weird. Because the memories we hold on to are incomplete, right? And are the things that flatter ourselves. But it's true that we weren't that close, but after you left town, I really thought about you a lot. I used to wonder how Cloud was doing. I wonder if Cloud was able to get into Soldier. I started reading the newspapers, thinking that there might be an article about you. Thanks, Tifa. Tell him what you told me later. He'll probably be so happy. That's a really sweet line, I think. Really sweet line. Okay. Huh? What happened on this day? Was it a special day? Also, I like the shimmering cloud, right? There's the cloud that's the kid. We've kind of placed the kid. And there's the cloud that's the adult that's broken, right? And where they're kind of huddling in a corner or like standing to the side with their head bowed. And then there's shimmering cloud. There's the cloud that doesn't know which of these is him and where he lands in all of this. Again, graphics very low level, but a really nice representation, and one where we can fill onto it what we want to. And one of the things about different forms of media, right, is you read a book. It doesn't lock in the visuals. That's free roaming. That lets you kind of figure those out for yourself. You look at some kind of high end animation or movie, and the visuals are super locked in, right? The visuals of it are no longer something open to your imagination. And I think one appealing thing of like, this is early 3D graphics, but also really with like 2D graphics, is there's so much you can fill in if you want to on your own. And there's some stuff that's set, but a lot of it is kind of, we've given you the outline of how this looks, and you can fill in the rest. This was the day Tifa's mother, the day mom died. Another thing we can see here is, as like the cool and important kid of the town, Cloud cares so much about Tifa, right, as a kid. And as the cool, important kid of the town, Cloud is, not one of her close friends, but he's someone like that gave one nice lasting memory, right? And just the way we value each other depends on these social hierarchies. And so we've kind of seen throughout this story, FF7 in the present, we've seen Tifa being much more supportive of Cloud than Tifa. And it's not that like Tifa was like being a bad kid here or anything like that, but yeah, different. They were part of the same world, but in such different parts of it that they have very different recollections of it and very different things they took from it. I want to see Mom. Ooh, Mount Nibel's not safe. I wonder if there's anything beyond that mountain. Mount Nibel is scary. Many people have died there. No one crosses that mountain alive. How about those that died? Did Mama pass through the mountains? I'm going. Well, some are following. One's not following, but Cloud is. Well, we've seen this bridge collapse in the future of this scene, so maybe it's not collapsing again here. They've decided this is enough. And then there was one. There was three, then two, then three again. Now down to one. Um, just a recollection of one of the very first lines we got in Cloud's head. I think it was when he fell through the church roof and landed in the flower garden. Was back then we got by with just skinned knees. Feels relevant at the moment. Alright. I don't remember the path I walked. Tifa missed her step. I ran to her, but didn't make it in time. Both of us fell off the cliff. Back then, I only scarred my knees, but Cloud, why'd you bring Tifa to a place like this? What the hell's the matter with you? What if she dies? Tifa was in a coma for 7 days. We all thought she wouldn't make it. If only I could have saved her. I was so angry, angry at myself for my weakness. Ever since then, I felt Tifa blamed me. I got out of control. I'd get into fights, not even caring who it was. That was the first time I heard about Sephiroth. So he tries to follow to be there in some way for her, right? This girl he doesn't really know, but has really, really wants to be close to. And she falls, and he is blamed by the adults, even though he had nothing to do with her being in danger, because he's the outcast weird kid. And when you're the outcast weird kid, and suddenly everyone's telling you you're the outcast weird kid, and it's not just the kids telling you you're not wanted, it's the adults telling you you're not wanted, and that everything is your fault. Um, he gets into fights, he gets angry and unhappy and hurtful. That was the first time I heard about Sephiroth. If I got strong, like Sephiroth, then everyone might. If I could just get stronger, then even Tifa would have to notice me. So that was it. Sorry, Cloud. If I had only remembered more clearly what happened, I could have done something sooner. It's not your fault, Tifa. But I remember back when we were 8, That's it. Now I know. You weren't created 5 years ago. My childhood memories weren't all made up. Hang in there, Cloud. Just a little longer. You've almost found the real you. This does seem like way better evidence because it's evidence that both can check in with her evidence, right? There are moments she can remember that are somewhat shared, but he's also, this is clearly not something that, like, this is not the kind of story he's piecing together to tell himself he's great, right? This is the kind of story that he is very ashamed of and is happy to believe anything else than this, right? You've almost found the real you, and both Clouds nod, right? Let's go back to Nibelheim again. The clouds are doing better. They're shimmering, but they're closer to each other, and they're ready to go look, right? They're okay now. He's okay. He's getting better at looking at who he was and who he is, and not being ashamed of it or needing to cover it up or hold it back, right? And I think again, him running now, him joining together and running, is a really nice indicator of this. The truth is right here. We almost have the answer right in the palm of our hands. So let's go back to Nibelheim and learn what happened 5 years ago. And Cloud's ready, right? They're both ready. And unlike kind of subconscious Cloud talking to Eris, where she was running away and he wasn't really able to catch up, um, now we're doing it together. I think this is just so well done all throughout. Cloud, wait. He's in fact too eager. Where are you going? Oh, we got sirens. Can you hear the sirens? Looks like no. The reactor. To the reactor. The Mako reactor of 5 years ago. Alright, let's go. Alright. We've seen this. Sephiroth cuts Tifa. Now in our previous version, Cloud comes, moves Tifa to the side, maybe tends to her a touch. Hey, it's Cloud. That's not Cloud. And Sephiroth goes to Jenova. Zack, 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 you remembered. So Zack runs by Tifa's fallen body to go fight Sephiroth. That's right, it was Zack who came to Nibelheim with Sephiroth. Then, where were you, Cloud? Ooh, Zack didn't do so well. Cloud, did you see it all? I saw everything. Takes the sword. Doesn't tend to Tifa. Arg, who are you? Mom, Tifa, my town. Give it back. Gets the surprise attack on Sephiroth, which certainly helps. I had so much respect for you. I admired you. Surprising he could even hurt Sephiroth, admittedly. Cloud? That's what happened. You were there. You were watching me. There were two Shinra grunts. One fell off a cliff, but one made it. Yeah, I remember. So it was you. Hey, Cloud. If you're feeling sick, why don't you take that mask off? Yeah. Cloud never made it in Soldier. Yeah, this is me. I never made it as a member of Soldier. I almost said the exact line. I even left my hometown telling everyone I was going to join, but I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to see anybody. So he kept the mask on the whole time. Well, put the mask on immediately. How does it feel? It's your first time back to your hometown in a long time, right? So he does say this line, it's just not directed towards the person we thought Cloud was, because Cloud put himself in someone else's role. I'm someone who had achieved the things Cloud was hoping to and needed to achieve, but he didn't. You came. You kept your promise. So you really did come when I was in trouble. Gotta give neck support there. Can't just let the head dangle. Sorry, I didn't get there fast enough. It's alright, Cloud. Sephiroth is hurt and has Genova's head. Just like you. But not that hurt. Oh, what a strut. Cloud, kill Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Ooh, that didn't go well. Don't push your luck. Can't be. And there Sephiroth falls into the life stream. And we finally get how Cloud fought Sephiroth and won? Sort of? Won, definitely won. And what happened 5 years ago? Cloud. Then, this is goodbye, Tifa. Until we meet again. Hmm? And now all the clouds come together. All the little pieces of this complex, unhappy, broken in many ways person who dreamed for himself the life he wished he had lived, though also he was obviously messed with a lot in various ways, and we'll get to even more of them. But this is most of Cloud's story, and I think one of the better done scenes in video games. And now Cloud knows who Cloud is. Cloud. Uh, ah, didn't come easy, you know? Did not come easy. Uh, Tifa. Oh, Cloud, it's really you, isn't it? Yeah, Tifa. We finally meet again. You stupid jerk. You had us all worried sick. Ugh. Cloud, are you alright? The voice there. I see. We're in the life stream, aren't we? Everyone's waiting. Let's go back, Cloud. Back to everyone. Yeah, I guess so. Come on, Tifa. Let's go home. Hand in hand, an excellent blocky animation. Man, livestream really came up, didn't it? Yo, you alright, Tifa? Um, everyone's gonna get Mako poisoning. Barrett, you came back, guy. Cloud, where is he? Don't worry about him. He's a tough one. Barrett, when I was in the live stream, I saw the real Cloud. I mean, I didn't really find him. Cloud found himself on his own. Alright, I know. I shouldn't have doubted him. But I can't win against you. You're some kind of lady. People have so many things pent up inside of themselves. And they can forget so many things. Strange, isn't it? Time to pass out? Yo, Tifa, snap out a. Let her pass out. Tifa? And we're back. Everyone, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything, Cloud. All you've been doing is apologizing. I never was in Soldier. I made up the stories about what happened to me 5 years ago about being in Soldier. I think made up is both right and not quite right because he couldn't place what happened, right? He filled in what he needed to have done. I left my village looking for glory, but never made it into Soldier. I was so ashamed of being so weak. Then I heard this story from my friend Zach, and I created an illusion of myself, made up of what I had seen in my life. He becomes Zach essentially. His story at the start, but cooler, and then becomes Zach. And I continued to play the charade as if it were true. I think it was less intentional than he makes it out to be. Yeah. As Barrett points out, because Barrett, always on the ball, underrated, insightful character. Illusion, huh? Pretty damn strong for illusion, I'd say. I'm physically built like someone in Soldier. Hojo's plan to clone Sephiroth wasn't that difficult. It was just the same procedure they used when creating members of Soldier, but with a lot more Genova. You see, someone in Soldier isn't simply exposed to Mako energy. Their bodies are actually injected with Genova cells. For better or worse, only the strong can enter Soldier. It has nothing to do with the Genova reunion, but weak people, like me, get lost in the whole thing. The combination of Genova's cells, Sephiroth's strong will, and my own weakness are what created me. Everyone knew that. I'm Cloud, the master of my own illusionary world. But I can't remain trapped in an illusion anymore. I'm gonna live my life without pretending. You're sure messed up, Cloud. Oh, harsh. That means there ain't no difference from before. Not quite true. By the way, Cloud, what are you gonna do now? Don't tell me you're gonna leave the ship. I'm the reason my meteor is falling towards us. That's why I have to do everything in my power to fight this thing. Good. You're gonna keep fighting to save the planet. It's like you always told me, Barrett. Oh, you mean that? Barrett, your little baby's grown up. He's a full-sized Cloud now. What? I don't understand. There ain't no getting off of this train we're on. I feel like if Kate Sith said the train we on don't make no stops, Kate Sith really screwed up the quote. Alright, welcome back, Cloud. We're gonna Oh, Cloud. Oh, you won't let me change parties? Alright, well, I'm gonna do some exchanging here, because Barrett's stuff is all going to Tifa, right? That's how we set that up. Make sure to have added cut combined with death blow. Alright, and Cloud is gonna take Sid's stuff. It's nice that there's a menu where it's not like that big a pain to move stuff around. A little bit of a pain. We could probably have killed this episode and do this at the start of next, but I want to remember it. Long episode, of course. I'm gonna put enemy skill in one of the unconnected slots because obviously it cannot combine with anything. And then we got 3 more slots. We'll do that from this menu. What would be nice? Level up Chocobo Lure. Why not? And leveling up alls is always nice. And this elemental, maybe. Let's do poison. Poison had a good run. Alright. Cloud, I was deeply moved by your story. I'm really a weak person, so I could really understand how you feel, Cloud. No one knows when fighting will begin, but let's get ready. Alright, we can pick our party. Barrett's just gonna stay knocked out, poor guy. We'll get the free heal from this guy. We'll save. I'll do one more equipment check in a sec. And then we'll end it. Listen, Cloud. We're right in the middle of the mission for the huge materia, right? I know this is kind of out of the blue, but there's an underwater reactor at Junin. As far as I can see, that's the only one left. That's that. Let's go. Um, this one, incidentally, has the boss that, like, kills the most kids' playthroughs. Oh, we gotta take the ribbon off Barrett. Or Sid. Forget who we put it on. Okay. Have this. You look good. And Cloud, we just need to get you a ribbon. Gotta do one party switch, and then we will be done with this long one, but very important. Maybe the most important. VHS. Let's sub in both Barrett and Sid just so we can check both. Alright, remove the ribbon. We're gonna heal because it's rude to leave Barrett KO'd. Fast forward. PHS. Tifa. No. Alright. Oh, they kept the order. They kept her in back row. And save. Oh, actually, no, we should heal first. We didn't heal this group. Alright, thank you for a job well done. Jesus Christ. Gonna make it through this eventually. I would kill it, but like I like the idea of having just everything done on stream. And save. And we're finally gonna finish up. Do save. Back to our class party. And goodbye.